So, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today, and we are ready to go ahead and get this show going. So, today we're going to be talking about counting bridge hands at the bridge table. Counting has several segments. It's counting high card points and counting our suit length. But better yet, how about counting everybody's suit length and high card points? And that's the purpose of the lesson today. We'll continue more on this theme as we go through the CIA. Remember, the counts, the inferences, and the analysis. So let's go ahead, and first we'll do a little bit of housekeeping. We'll talk about some of the segments in terms of when we're talking on the internet, just what's the protocols for the etiquette. And then we'll go ahead from there, and we'll start getting into the actual technical lesson where we'll do some chalk talk at the table. We'll head for the table, and then we'll do a review. So, okay, here we go. So to start off, yes, this is lesson number 20. This is considered a social as well as advanced. So no matter what your level is, I think you'll find that there'll be things you can enjoy in this lesson. So today's format, as I mentioned, we're going to do a live streaming format where we're going to start off with this chalk talk. We'll do the bidding, the play, the lessons, and the strategies associated with counting. Then we'll go to the table. We'll have some table action, and I'll be going through some sample hands. Now, we've actually got more than 12 hands. We're not going to go through them all today. We've got an hour and a half of time, but we'll see just how far we can get through this. And then the wrap up, we'll go ahead and talk about lessons learned. This time we went on Tuesday, fixed a time at 10 a.m. We might try some different times in the future, weekends, evenings. We'll see what works for everybody. Look forward to your input later on that. Grace, do we have any feedback yet? I guess you can't really. Oh, I should do an introduction here, shouldn't I? Grace, you want to come on over here and tell everybody hello?
Hello, Bridge Hands World.
This is my lovely bride, and so she's going to be over here monitoring the chats when they start coming in, and we can go ahead and retransmit some of those where you can all see them for some of the great comments that come through. So, Grace, are you ready?
I'm ready. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
Okay, you're in the driver's seat there. I'm just going to be following your leadership. Thank you. Okay, so moving on, then what we're going to do is in this show format, we're going to talk about what are the benefits of live streaming. Why not just have recorded videos? Well, the idea is to get some real-time interaction with you. And I don't see any comments popping up yet there. I'm going to just go ahead and hit a refresh. I think they're coming through, but I don't see them yet. Oh, yes, we do have some here. Look at this. Here they come. I guess I didn't hit get comments every 5 seconds. So let's see here. I've got one from my good friend John, and John is saying, did not get your email as of yet. Facebook is okay. Thank you, John. Yes, it is. And regarding the problem with the YouTube, if you look in your email inbox, you'll see if you did want to pick us up over on YouTube. And here's one from Leah. Watching from outside Chicago, both my husband and I. Great to have you, Leah. I hope you're having a good time today with you and your husband. I don't know what weather's like there. Little overcast today in Northern California, but Grace took our dog out for a walk, and it's looking good. Mary, watching on Facebook with Meg. Good to have you, Meg, and also Mary. Hope you're having a good day. And I think that's it for now as far as the comments. So let's go ahead and turn off the comments and get on with the show. And so, okay, so this is the idea. We want this real-time two-way dialogue. And so participants, you're allowed to watch either on YouTube or Facebook. Who knows if I might go with some other media also. There's a lot of streaming service out there, but those are the two big ones. I'll try to do simulcasts on both of those. As far as the participants live chat, as I've mentioned, we'll be looking for your online text messages, so you can send your text messages if you have helpful questions and supportive comments. Please keep them supportive, and we'll scan the questions and the comments, and in the rebroadcast it'll be helpful. Other people can see them on the screen. So the idea is for everyone to enjoy what we're doing out there when we go through with this, with the interactive thing. So I will ask some questions at different parts for the Chalk Talk lesson that we're going to be going through shortly, as well as through the play of the hands. So I look forward to your participation there for sure. And after the webinar, we will certainly have some of these comments where some of the other people want to see them in post-production, as well as yourself. Okay, a bit more on comments. We want to be supportive and friendly for sure, and avoid unsolicited lessons. Yeah, guilty as charged. I think sometimes we all want to share all those great things that we know that's going on out there at the table. But, we want to be basically friendly with everybody else. Don't want to critique, unsolicited critiques. Everybody wants to be helpful, but unless they ask for help or unless you suggest it. Grace, I think you've got something you wanted to say?
We've got some people to welcome. We've got Patricia coming here.
Where's Patricia? There she is. Okay.
Hey,
welcome, Patricia. Glad to have you here.
And Eric is watching from Bloomington, Indiana. Beautiful Indiana. I like that place.
Where is this? Eric. Yeah, I see. Eric, hey, welcome here also. I hope you're doing well today. And let's see. Who else do we have?
We've got Nancy from your homeland in Minnesota, honey.
Oh, don't you know, Nancy? Hi, Nancy. How are you doing? Good to have you here. And always fun to have people from my neck of the woods.
Oh, and then Patty's coming from, is that Barbara's sister? And
where do you see this?
right here.
Barbara's sister in, I'm not sure what it is, KTTH. It looks like KC, thank you is what it is. Kansas City, I believe, is what it is.
Oh, wonderful.
We got some run on there. So wonderful. Good to have you. And I see a couple more. Barbara is watching on Facebook also. Good to have you, Barbara. And I think that gets some of the others. Okay, well, let's get back in there. So we want to avoid critiquing others. We want to be careful that we don't have extraneous comments on the chatter. So this is great to get started. We want to make sure everybody knows who's out there. And thank you for coming today. Sometimes people, though, they get like just little 1 or 2 words that don't really have meaning to it. Yeah, it's nice to be supportive. Go ahead and put them up to a degree, but try not to inundate everybody else with them. So keep it in balance. So, okay, next, as far as troubleshooting, if you do have problems, if it's an individual problem, I won't be able to help you now, but we can maybe take those offline. But there's certainly a lot of different things that go on the internet, as I'll speak about in a minute. But if it turns out that everybody can't hear, then I probably got a problem on my side. So, yeah, if I start to see a lot of the same types of messages, if something is with the audio or the visual, then be sure, chime on in and let us know we can, because things can go wrong. So technology, yes. I had a couple issues this morning, and the internet communications, I think my streams right now are both going at good speed. We're broadcasting in 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second. And it says here by Ellen over on YouTube, I'm glad you got on, Ellen. And she says, can you put the link on YouTube chat? Everyone is waiting there for you. Well, okay, I'm going to go over to YouTube and to the chat. And let's see, I better get the URL first. Okay, I'm copying it and pasting it over here. That's URL for today's live show. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So that's a good example. That was a good message that came in. So I thank you for that, Ellen. Okay. So, so live streaming does have its opportunities and challenges. I'm going to get better on this as we go. So let's go ahead and keep on trying and start off in our lesson. Why bother to count shape, you ask? It's a good question. A couple reasons. Well, first off, what's the 3 different ways that we promote rough and finesse a hand? That's it. Promote rough and finesse. Those are the 3 main strategies that we use to develop extra tricks. So shape matters when it comes to promotion. If we have a long side suit, or if it's trump, we want to go ahead and get the opponent's trump and then go ahead and start doing our work. But the more distribution that we have, the more tricks that we will take. That is, if we have 10 cards in a suit, even if it's a minor, well, it's probably going to take at least 8 tricks. And if there's the ace and the king in it, maybe take all of them. Promoting a long suit, as we spoke about, is one of the main, I'd say it would be the main strategy that we would like to use. Sometimes different hands mean we have to do other types of strategies. And knowing when a suit is boss, what does boss mean? Boss means when the suit has been promoted. In other words, we have developed our winners. When we have ace, king 5 times in a suit, and after the ace and the king, we have 3 little, but we now have a situation where we have to play it a couple more times before we promote those babies in the suit. And Grace, you said you've got a comment coming through. What is it?
They're having a hard time reading some of the things because of the chat box on top of your...
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Let's get the chat box back off of there. And I think if I click that red button there, I'm going to let Grace maybe do some of this driving here with the thumb so that we can get that off. Hopefully, if you click them, they'll go away. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Good comments there. So yes, we want to have, at this point, not have the chats pop up full time. So, okay, we want to know when the suit is boss. Once we promoted the suit is the main part of how we develop extra trips. And another is, well, if we have short suits, normally it's in the dummy, but it could be where we have short on opposites. And rather than promoting, sometimes it's better if we don't have the top winners in trump. We want to rough and maybe even cross rough back and forth to get our extra tricks before they get theirs. Okay, knowing which opponent to finesse. Yeah, if an opponent made a bid of an overcall, maybe even a preempt, if they have 5 or 6 cards in the suit. So that is helpful to be able to count shape, not just yours, but the opponent's, right? And knowing when to worry about an opponent roughing you. We'll talk about it in a minute, but can you imagine if you've bid a side suit, your partner's bid a side suit, or else when the dummy comes down, you see that you've got 4 and 4 and an opponent led the suit, 4th best. There's not many left there, so they're going to start roughing that suit pretty soon if that's your side suit. So, okay, there's 13 cards in a suit, 13 cards in your hand, and that's part of the big part of counting. So, given that a pack then has the 4 suits, and of course each suit has 13 cards, so a player's hand has a specific distribution or shape. And what does that mean? Well, we'll talk about it, but when I have 13 paste cards, we call them cards, don't we? But they used to be, they pasted pieces of paper together back in the old days. And so we will have a shape of the different suits. Maybe we only have 3 suits, but our hand definitely has a shape, and we like shapely hands normally. Okay, each suit has a specific distribution then between the players. What does this mean? Well, we said in our hand, our 13 cards, we may have a 5-3-3-2 shape from spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. Similarly, that suit of spades will have different distribution around the table. So when it gets to be where we have 5 in our hand and our partner has 3, that's 8, and the opponents have how many? 5, right? So in this scenario, we want to think about, okay, they have 5, and how do they split? Do they split 3-2, 4-1, or goodness forbid, I hope it's not 5-0. But the idea is that there's 2 ways to look at the shape of a hand. Okay, next up, the good news is once you learn this technique of counting, and we're going to go through a practice drill, so you'll get the hang of it, you'll find that it will be easier as we go through that. And I need the mouse just a minute, Grace, so that I can go ahead and get in the scene just a little bit, just so they can know that I'm there. Oops, that's not a good spot for me. How about if we put me somewhere else? Maybe over, well, we don't want 2 of me. I don't think we need that. How about, there maybe. Yeah, that's a good spot for me. Okay, so off to the next screen. let's take a look at different shape distributions. Okay, first off, from longest suit to shortest suit. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs, but let's just take a look at the different shapes, and we're going to be underlining the top 5 in terms of percentage, the ones that are most likely to happen, as you see here. So first off, we have, I can get the foot switch working here, how a suit breaks when dealt. That is, we should be aware is that when we're dealt cards and we have a suit that we're playing, let's say that we have 4 and 3, that's 7, 13 in the suit. That means there's 6. They're not mostly going to fall 3-3. They're going to fall 4-2. If we have an 8-card fit, our opponents have 5, they're most likely 3-2. There's no 2.5, 2.5, but they could fall 4-1, but they're normally slightly odd, and that might be just a good thing to remember if the rest of this doesn't seem like you can digest it today. So let's first of all take a look at the suits that have just 4 in length. We don't have a 5-card suit or the suit breaking around the table. Nobody has 5 of them. So that's 35% of the time, about 1/3 of the time. And the most common for the 4 baggers is a 4-4-3-2. Yeah, it kind of breaks somewhat evenly, but just a little bit off. So that's 21% of the time. Next, how about a 4-3-3? That's not a good shape. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's only about 10.5. Let's call it 10%. And a 4-4-4-1, not very often. That's a more shapely hand. They don't come up that often. That's only 3% of the time. Well, okay, there's 2 of the 5 that are the most common ones you're going to be dealt. How about the 5 baggers? Yeah, now we're up to 45% for the different combinations, and there's typically on these one more combination than the number. Where there's 5 cards, there's 6 different combinations here. A 5-3-3-2 is 16%. 5-4-3-1 is the next most common. It's 13%, about 10. Same with a 5-4-2-2, a little less often there. 5-5-2-1, not too often. A 5-4-4-0, 1%, and a 5-3-3-0 is also 1%. Grace has got something coming up. What do I mean by a bagger? Well, thank you, Eric. Eric, that's meaning that 5 in length, 5 bags, 5 cards in the bag, 5 baggers is what that means. Yeah, that sounds like it's something that comes from Australia. It's a 5-bagger, don't you know? So sorry about that. Just a little colloquialism. So, okay, how about a 6-card suit? 18% of the time, and we're not going to memorize these numbers, but you can see they don't come up that often. Remember the 4-card in length, 4 baggers, 35%, the 5 baggers, because there's more combinations. None of them are more than 21%, but that adds up to almost half, 45%. And the ones with 6 in length, 18%. 6 and more, the 7 constitutes the rest. But you can see the 6-3-3-2 comes up more than the 6-4-3-1. And if I'm to declare, I'd always rather have a 6-4-2-1 than a 6-3-2-2. Or I'd really like to have a 6-5-2-0. It only comes up 0.5%. So I hope that helps. And a 6-6-1-0, almost nil. You don't hardly ever see those. So you get the idea. The shape of the hands matters. It's good just to have in the back of your mind as the betting goes around the table, or you look at the shape of your hand, is what's going on. Now, if one person has a shapely hand, somebody else does. If I have all 13 diamonds, first I wonder if somebody's playing a trick on me, but assuming they're not, then other people are going to have very shapely hands then also. But just generally, when cards are dealt, these are what you're going to see as far as the suit splits. Okay, and when a 7-card suit, don't worry about it. Just know it comes up slim and nil. And so when it does, and you have that suit, don't think about the shapes so much in terms of how many you have in length, but just think, if I have 7 or longer, that means there's only 6 length just when we count trump. Hope that helps. And as I said, if one person has a long or a short suit, if you have a singleton or void, expect somebody else to also. May not be, but it will be most of the time. Okay, so let's take a look at distribution, this time by suit rank. So rather than just a 4-4-3-2 or 5-3-3-2 from longest length to shortest length, this time we're going to take a look by a specific suit. So sometimes it's nice to know about the suit length in each suit. Not that you're going to remember all of them, but if you can remember Trump or maybe Trump and one other that looks like it's a project suit, good to know. What's a project suit? Any of you know what a project suit is? Project suit is when you can see at the dummy or in your hand, you've got another suit of interest. Yeah, so if you've got a suit of interest and you see it in the dummy, then you want to be aware of the kind of what's going on in that suit as well, a project suit where someone's going to try to make a project of doing something special with it. So we're going to take a look when we talk about the suit shape. We're always going to go by highest rank to lowest rank. This is the common way, and we use a little equal symbol in between each of those: spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs, from highest to lowest. So here we go. Okay, let's say you were blessed with 4 spades. We like that. We wish we had 5. We talked about the ones that are 4 in length, though, come up about a third of the time. So yeah, so that's our longest suit. And so for the most common shape, we mentioned it's a 4-4-3 but that doesn't mean that it's always going to be 4 spades, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 2 clubs, does it? So let's take a look at what it can be. Well, here's half of them. You could have the 4 spades, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, or you could be 4-4 in the majors. Or it could be the third one over, a 4-3-4-2. Or the last one, can you tell me what that is? 4 spades, 3 hearts, 2 diamonds, 4 clubs. Okay, so sometimes it's nice to be thinking about not just it's a 4-4-3-2, but at least in your mind, okay, I can't remember this last one, 4-2, 4-3-2-4, but I can remember 4-4 in the black. Okay, 4-4 in the black. Or maybe the second one, 4-4 in the majors. Okay, I can remember that one. Or the third one, how will I remember that it's 4 spades and 4 diamonds? Oh, those are the pointed suits. Oh, it's the 4-4 and the pointies. Or if it was in the hearts and the club, 4-4 in the rounded suits. You know, whatever it is, the way you would remember this. Sometimes you have these little mnemonics in your brain rather than to think about what the exact number is. And there's the other 2 shapes. So, okay, now let's go ahead and consider that dreaded flat pancake hand. Any of you out there, do you know why a 4-3-3 shape, I don't care where your 4-card suit, and there's only 4 combinations, right? Because they have to be 3-3 in the other 3 suits. Why is a 4-3-3 a problem? Anybody out there got an idea?
What is it, like a 15-second delay time?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Grace is just mentioning that before we see the comments, it's going to be a little bit, but that's okay. So, Patty says, I do. Okay, Patty, that's good. You go ahead and put it up there if you want to. Hard to rough, Eric says. Eric, bingo, you've got it. So exactly. So when we've got that, you can't get any roughs. It's hard to promote a suit. You can't really promote if you've got 3 in your hand and your partner's got 3. If it's 4-3, well, maybe we can get that 4th one in the hand promoted if the opponents are, 7 out of 13, leave 6. If they are 3-3, we said they normally break 4-2, but maybe, hey, it's 1 in 3 chances they're going to fall 3-3. So desperate times for desperate measures. Grace has got another one coming in. No source of tricks, no trumping. Aha! Yes, no roughs. You look at the dummy, you've got a 5-3-3-2 shape in whatever order, and you see the dummy is 4-3-3, and you go, oh gosh, how am I going to do some roughing on this one? I can't. I got to try promotion or finesses. It's the best I can do. Okay, good job. Okay, so distribution, shape around the table. First off, once again, just like the shape within our hand, let's say we have a 4-4-3-2 shape, a flat hand. Hopefully it's not that 4-3-3. But same around the table. Let's say we're considering a specific suit. So going around the table from north, east, south, west, you and dummy, partner, or the opponent, each hold 4 spades. Okay. So far, so good. 4-4 in the spade suit, the master suit. Then 4 plus 4 from 13 is 5. Okay, sure. And the remainder of the shape may be from most likely to least likely. Go ahead and be thinking about that in your mind. Here we go. 3 and 2, right? They can't break evenly this time, so slightly uneven is 2/3 of the time, 68%. I don't know if you have to memorize that and impress your friends, but it's kind of interesting. We normally say the one that's the longest and then the shortest, 3 and 2. But if you reversed it and put 2 and 3, or 2/3 is what, 67%? It just is a coincidence, but it works, doesn't it? So if it's 3 and 2, it's 2/3 of the time, 67.666 or 67%. Anyway, if that works, fine. How about the next one? They could be 4 and 1. They're not necessarily going to be 3 and 2. I was playing with a top player one time, and I said, Roy, yep, it comes up 25% of the time. I know. He says, it's 28% of the time. I thought, wow, isn't that something? He really knows his numbers. So I looked it up, and it's 28.26. I thought, if he ever says it again, I'm going to say, no, Roy, it's 28.26% of the time. Not that it matters, but take a look at the numbers. 4 and 1. Let's flip them over. 1 divided by 4 is 25%. It's almost the same, isn't it? So if it helps to remember when you've got a 4-1, what percentage of the time is this? About 1/4. 5 and 0, well, whatever's left over. So if you add up the other two, you've got 4% left. Happens every now and then. I love it when, I've got, like, I hear one of the opponents bid 1 diamond, the other goes 1 heart. The next goes 2 hearts, they go 4 hearts. I've got 5 hearts. I know they have 4-4. I've got 5. My partner's got 0. And this is a thing we're talking about, is learning how to start thinking about the different shape. Here's somebody says, I can't see the chats. Newest is for today's live show. Now, I don't have any chats up right now, so that's okay, Grace. We don't need to get those messages, but thank you. Okay, some practical examples. Let's go ahead and start taking a look before we head to the table. Bidding. The opponents, in parentheses. Our lefty bids 1 spade. My partner passes. Righty, 1 no trump. Okay, you're starting to get a feel. We know that, we don't have much in our hand. The opponents, this is their hand. But we should be listening to this now and thinking about, what does this mean? Unless they're playing a forcing no trump, for those of you who play 2/1, so far we think, well, the responder on our right does not have 3 spades and has a minimum hand, a limited hand, trying to sign off with 6 to 9 or a bad 10 points. Okay, we pass. Back to lefty, 2 spades. Now, if you're a beginner, you may rebid with 5 cards, but don't rebid 5-card suits. You need to have 6 to rebid a suit. Or if you've got 100 honors, ace, king, queen, 10, 5 times, maybe if that's your thing, but normally we don't rebid a 5-card suit. So I think they have 6 at this time. And they're saying, no, I don't want to play no trump. I know you tried to sign off, partner, and you've got a minimum hand with 6 to 9 points, but I want to play in 2 spades. And now their partner, our right-hand opponent, bids 3 spades. So what do we know now? Well, we have a lot more information. The CIA, the Counts, Inferences, Analysis, and we're doing our counting, right? So if we hold 4 spades, lefty has 6, righty has, I think, 2, and they have an invitational values. They tempted to go to 4 spades. Lefty, the opener, doesn't have enough. I think they're 12 to 14 points. I think the righty has 6 to 9, but only 2 spades. And if we have 4, then our partner has 1 or 0, right? We should know this. Subtract from 13, 6 and 2. Could be even 7. I don't know. 6 and 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Partner has 1, or maybe lefty actually had 7 of them. So I hope that type of analysis helps. And that's kind of what we're doing a little bit of today, is some analysis of there. So when trump is played and we take a look at the dummy and they had 3 spades, well, wait, why didn't they bid 2 spades? Well, they were probably playing forcing no trump, and they just, we're going to do that and then sign off. But at any rate, those are good things to know. And so we are kind of surprised, actually, that partner did have a spade. And so it was a 5, 4, 3, 1 from highest to lowest shape. So I hope that helps a little bit. So in that case, maybe, yeah, if they rebid a suit, they either like to rebid 5-card suits, or maybe they had that 100 honors, or they were worried about a short side suit. Although I think if they had a short side suit and it was a 5, 4, 3, 1, why didn't they bid their 4-card suit? Since spades was the suit, if it was hearts or diamonds, they should have rebid that suit. But that's another story. Not everybody and the opponents always bids perfectly. Okay, one more example, and we'll start heading for the table. And how are we doing so far? Everybody, anything else? Grace has got thumbs up, so far so good. Great. So in second hand, you hold in spades, ace, king, 5 times. Oh, I like that. In hearts, I only got a singleton, and it's small. I got an X there. Somebody's got hearts, but I'm glad I've got the master suit. Hopefully I can outbid them when one of the opponents are likely to bid hearts, or maybe our partner does, but they have twice as many chance as the opponent's suit. You hear what I'm thinking? All these thoughts are going through my mind. I'm just looking at my hand, but we're always anticipating what's going to go ahead. So in diamonds, king, queen, third. We like that suit. Connected honors, good working honors. We hope to do something with that suit if our partner has the ace or the jack or something in that suit. And in clubs, 4 babies. Well, don't you wish that it would have been king, queen 4 times in the club suit rather than a short suit? But no, sometimes that's the way it is. So while we have a 5, 4, 3, 1, our actual shape from spades, hearts, diamonds to clubs is a 5, 1, 3, 4. Or if you want to just remember 5, 4 in the black suits, and spades is my big suit, however you do that. Okay, so the bidding goes by the opponent. Our right-hand opponent bids 1 heart. Well, hey, if I have just king, queen 5 times and nothing else, I'm going to bid 1 spade. But yeah, I've got some extras. So I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 high card points and 1 distribution point for that nice ace, king 5 times in spades. So for sure, 1 spade. Okay. Our left-hand opponent bids 2 hearts. Okay, they're trying to sign off. They have 6 and 9 points. They have, it looks like, 3 hearts. Could be 4. Our partner bids 2 spades. Interesting. Then the opponent in direct seat, not waiting for partner, they bid 3 hearts. Sounds like they've got 6 to me, or else they certainly want to compete. Then it goes pass by us, pass by the opponent, and our partner comes in to save the day in a balancing seat, the pass out seat, and says, I think that we're going to go ahead and show our master suit is above their suit. 3 spades. And look at this. They go to 4 hearts. Can they make it? Well, what do we know about the auction? The opponents likely have about 21 to 23 points. Well, where do we get that from? Well, one of them opened and then rebid. The other responded. If you respond, you should have 6 to 9 points. And so they went to game, but they don't really have the game points, I don't think. And why is that? Because our partner bid 2, didn't they? Our partner's going to have, I think, 6 points, or else they wouldn't have bid 2 spades. Maybe they have some shortage points, but about that. So we have 12 plus 1. Our partner normally has about 6 to 8 points. Are you with me so far? I want to hear some comments out there from some of you. Are you with me so far? screens are fuzzy, and that's somebody on Facebook. And we're actually transmitting in high fidelity, so we're transmitting good. I'm sorry that Leah, that you're a little bit fuzzy, but I guess it's maybe just your internet performance. But thanks for bringing up that point. Okay, so so far so good in terms of the points. Have we come up with our partner has about 6 to 8? They did respond, right? Okay, somebody says their screens are clear. Okay, that's good. So what are we going to lead? Well, hey, we always like to make a safe lead. We like to lead away from an ace-king, take a look at the dummy, see our partner's signal, and look for some guidance. We're kind of keeping the ball in play rather than making a Hail Mary pass. So, okay, we play the ace, we look at the dummy, and the dummy shows 2 spades. No surprise there. King, queen, third in their declarer's heart suit. Jack 4 times in both of the minors. So it's a 2-3-4-4. Or if you want to, only 2 in our suit, 3 in the declarer's suit, and 4-4 in the minors. But hey, we can see it anyway, so we don't have to memorize that unless we want to come back later and think, what did they have when they started off? It was a 2-3-4-4. That's right, 2-3-4-4. You might want to park that in the back of your mind, but if it's too much to remember, hey, just enjoy the show. I understand. Okay, in high card points, you have 12. The dummy now we know has how many points? Exactly 7. We can see the dummy. So our partner is going to have about maybe 6, maybe 5 with an extra trump. And the declarer looks like they have around 12 to 15. So declarer has 1 to 2 spades, we believe. If our partner has the next one, we know that how many are in the dummy. We know how many in our hand. We have the king and the queen of diamonds. We would hope to get to tricks, but we don't really just want to split the king-queen honors and have the declarer take the ace if they are to our right-hand opponent. So we're going to wait on that one. And then we've got our club suit there. The club suit is we've got 4 babies. So not sure who's got the ace and the king and the club suit, but we've got that spade, ace, king. So, okay, so if partner has the queen and the jack of spades, they're not really going to be worth much, right, if this is a 4-card suit, because we can see the dummy's hand. Remember that dummy's hand? That is where it's showing is that there is jack 4th. We don't want to promote their jack, that's for sure. So hopefully partner has of that 7 points an ace, a primary honor somewhere. If they've got the king or the queen, it may not get anything because they get to the dummy with that king, queen of hearts, and then they just start ruthlessly finessing and refinessing our partner. That won't be so good. So these are things we would be thinking about as we go through there.